Okay. Couple things I'm going to talk about first. Okay. Good thing I didn't. All right, so we got a goalie here. Okay. Couple things we need to make sure that are very important. Okay. We're never locking our legs straight. We don't want to have locked legs in our stance. Okay. The other important thing is we don't want our feet to be too wide. Okay. So we want to make sure that we maintain a narrow stance. My feet aren't too wide, all right? And I need to have good ankle, knee, and hip bend. So ankles are bent, knees are bent, and then most importantly, my hips are bent. If we don't bend our hips and we keep them open here, my chest goes back, I'm on my heels, that's no good, okay? So we need our 3 bends. All right? Ankle, knee, hips. All right, super important. So narrow stance, we get our 3 bend going, okay? On top of that, our gloves shouldn't be tight to our body. They shouldn't be way outstretched either. So on our gloves, we want them up and out. Okay? Ready and relaxed. Ready and relaxed. All right? We don't want to be really stiff in our stance. All right? If I put my arms straight out there, right, I'm tensing my muscles. All right? I don't want that. I don't want my muscles to be tensed up. I want to be nice and relaxed. Okay? But I don't want to be so relaxed that my hands are just like noodles hanging at the side here. Okay? So nice up and out. Control. Okay? The other important thing is we don't want one glove to be higher than the other. Some of you guys, I see your gloves like right up here. Okay? We got to remember that the puck is coming from the ice up and not from the ceiling. We want to bring our glove down and point it towards the puck. Super important. The other reason why we want our gloves to be level and together is we want symmetry. You guys know what symmetry means in front here? All right, yeah. So if I were to cut you in half, each side, your left side should look exactly like your right side. Now, I know we have a block and a glove, so that's not really going to be completely true, all right? But we want our muscles, right, to be nice and relaxed and as even as possible, right? If my hand is one higher than the other, what do you think that's going to do to my shoulders?
It's going to like
Slant them, right? I want my shoulders to be parallel to the ground, all right? So if I'm slanting, my hands are making my shoulders slant. What do you think that's going to do to your butterfly? What do you think, Tim? What do you mean not good? It's going to be weird. Yeah, like how so? Think about it. Landon? You know this because we worked on this last camp. Yeah. All right. If our glove is up and our blocker is down, all right, we're going to have a tendency, one, to just drop our blocker straight down. That means I'm going to have a tendency to go down predominantly on my blocker knee. That means all my weight is on my blocker knee. That means that glove leg is not going to get down. Right? Ferguson? Is it Brennan or Brandon? With an A? Is it an A or O at the end? Okay. Good. So it's normal. Okay. All right. So, very important. If our hands get mixed matched here, all right, it's going to throw off my butterfly. It's going to throw off a lot of things. All right, if my hands are nice and symmetrical, all right, and I get set here, most likely I'm going to drop down with both knees together. So that's important. When we drop down a butterfly, we don't want one knee to go down and then the other. When you're in your stance on your feet, you have a nice, good, established stance, all right? I got nice, good ankle, knee, hip bend. So my chest is over my knees. This is going to allow me to put pressure down and through my edges. If I have pressure down through my edges, I'm going to have a set, ready stance. Okay? So if I have a set, ready stance, I'm going to be able to make any decision I need, safe selection or push selection to whatever situation that comes in front of me. Okay? So that's super important. Okay? So that way when I drop down, both knees come down together. I know I didn't do that because we were on concrete right here. Okay? But both knees come down at the same time. I keep my chest over the knees. So my stance when I was up on my feet is not going to be that much different than when I'm now down my butterfly. I'm not letting my hips come forward. Now I'm too tall. All right? The neck, we know, is wider than it is taller. Okay? So there's no reason for this to be tall, except for what the situation may be. It's so different. What about you guys? When would I be in a tall stance? A little bit louder?
Yeah.
Far away, when the puck's at the point. Let's say the puck's at the point here. Okay? So let me get this out here, guys. All right, let's take a look at our zone map here. In zone, right here, I got my hash marks. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So when that puck, it's going to be up here. We're going to be tall. Okay? We're going to be tall stance here. Where are we going to be in relation to our crease? We talked about this last summer for those of you guys who are at our summer camp. All right? Are we going to, how easy is this shot to save? How confident are you making a save? At your guys' level, they can barely reach the net from up here. Right? They're not shooting from here. They're shooting from more here. So if the puck is up top here, all right, we're going to be most likely in our stance. Top of the crease. Maybe what? More out? Possibly. Okay. What if we went deeper instead? Think about this, right? So if the puck is all the way up top here, you're really confident in making that save, no matter where it goes, right? So that means I don't have to overly challenge you.
You're talking about the move less,
Yes. All right. We're going to do less. We're going to be a little. One of the hardest things to teach goalies is patience. One of the best skills you can have is patience. All right? If you're tracking that puck, you're being patient on your feet, not dropping down too early, not butterfly sliding on passes that are not close to the net. All right? If you're staying on your feet a little bit longer, you're more patient. You're reading that play, watching that play. You're going to be able to read that play, take all the data in front of you that's coming in, and then make a good, solid decision. Now the execution's up to you, how well your skill base is as far as executing the save. But at the end of the day, again, your coach doesn't care how you make the save as long as you do make the save. So whether the save is pretty or not, right, the save is going to be a little bit easier if we're patient on our feet, we don't go down too early, okay, and we stay on our feet as long as we can on pushes, right, on passes, okay, not dropping down too early for a shot. Okay, so I'm really confident here, so I don't necessarily have to be on top of the crease here. I'm going to be maybe right around here in this area, this here. Okay, so here's the net, boom, I'm not going to be too far out. Because I don't need to cover a lot of net. I know I can make the save whether I'm on my goal line or one step out. So I don't need to be on top of the crease. Right? This guy's not the threat. Who's the threat? These guys. So let's get back to this. Another reason why we would be in a tall stance is because of these guys. Cam, come here, please. So as Cam's screaming, right? He's getting in my way here. I'm not going to sit down here, all right, and look at his back. Now I can get nice and low and peek through, all right? If we see that shot as a shot ready situation. But if they're moving around the top, and they're skating, all right, that puck is coming over here, I can just kind of stay up and stay with it right here. I can look over either shoulder, try not to get red marker on you, all right, and I can be nice and tall here. Now my gloves are still symmetrical. My stick doesn't have to be on the ice. All right, that pass goes to Brennan, right? He looks like he's about to shoot. I sit down and I get on my angle. Here's another little trick here, guys. Let's say the puck is on my blocker side. Guess what I can do to my glove? Get it out there. Here's an advanced move. Let's get my glove out this way here. And now he's covering part of the net. My glove is covering part of the net, and the rest of my body's there. So that way, if the shot goes to my glove side, now I just shift my head over. Thought about it. You've been to many camps. You're always ready for anything.
That would be
Smart.
funny. I remember last time we did like zone 1, zone 2, zone 3.
Yeah, so we can give them numbers, letters, names, stuff like that. So the further out it is, we're going to be a little bit deeper in that. Now, I definitely don't want you on the goal line here, right? We want to be mid-crease. This guy takes a step in. Now what do we do? What do we do, Landon? Oh, we don't back up. No, you're already here. You're already here, okay, right? Now I'm going to take a step forward and get on top of that crease. Okay? And what I can do for that push, I can get a little C cut going. Alright? Push myself forward, or like a little shuffle forward. Alright? But now I'm going to step forward. Okay? The other reason too, let's say the puck is right here, and I'm nice and deep right here, goalie's here. That pass goes across here. So instead of being here and pushing backwards, now what we're going to do for this guy, this shot here, we're going to push forwards. Okay? So again, instead of me opening up and pushing back and being deep in my net, I'm going to start deep and then push forward. So one, I'm going to challenge a little more because it's two. Here's the other thing. If I'm way on top of my crease, that puck is going from like the point area to OV territory, all right, or someone else on that flank by that dot, ready for that one-timer, rip it through, okay? I'm coming back through it here, and that whole net is open a long time, and I'm going back toward the puck. But if I start back a little bit more, and I pivot, now I'm fronting the puck. Now I'm pushing forward with the puck. Now you're bigger. What else do you think that's going to help you do? So I'm here, over for this. Okay, I'm going to stay my stance a little bit better. I'm moving forward to the puck. What else?
Instead of going, so basically if you're going out and going back in, you should, if you're deep, you should go back out.
Okay, what else?
It cuts off angles.
Yes, 100%. You're going to cut off the angle earlier, right? If I'm coming back towards it, right, I don't really have much getting to the puck too quick. But if I start deep and I push forward through it, I'm going to get an angle a little bit quicker and earlier, right? But what else? What else? Watch here. Here's that push. Boom. Here to here. Or this one. Head and hands. What about my head? What's the difference between this one here or this one here? Keep going. There you go. Command of God. Start on top of my crease. Pass goes over. I gotta look to my side, get over here, and I'm gonna be a little bit behind the play. But if I start a little bit deeper, I pivot. Now the play is gonna be more in front of me. I don't have to move my head as much. I can find that puck a little bit better. I can track it into me. If that shot happens right away and I'm in top crease, that's gonna be over. If I'm a little bit deeper, right, that shot happens right away, I'm here. Top of the crease, shot happens right away. See, there's a little bit of net now. Okay, so tall stance, all right, and deep in the net. All right, so midway. We'll go midway for that. So I don't necessarily want you deep. Well, we'll go midway. All right, we'll cut our differences in half. All right, so I'm getting midway here. But they step into that area here. Now we take a step out and we challenge. We get on top of that crease. All right, so challenge. Be aggressive. Top of the crease. Okay? Because in this area here, the net is its biggest. Right? So if this is the net, you're standing straight at it, it looks pretty big. This is the net, you're off to an angle, that net just got smaller. Okay? That net just got smaller, that means you don't have to cover as much. That means if the puck is to the side of my net here, I don't have goalie gear on and this is bigger than the net, I'm covering most of this already. Right? But as soon as that puck gets right in the middle, right? I'm not covering nearly as much net. So I have to come out a little bit more to cut off that angle. Does that make sense here, guys? Yeah. Super important. All right? So this, we need to be challenged. We have to get out there. All right? We have to get out there. Okay? These wide angle areas here, okay? We're going to introduce something to you guys tomorrow called the Panda. All right? I'm going to talk a little bit of it right now. Seen some of it. What is your definition of a panda?
Is it something like on the ice? It's a form of image?
Yeah, yeah.
My definition of a panda, it's a bear, white, even blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to be fun.
All right. Let's take a step back. You guys remember our overlap technique? Let's say the puck is over here in these areas here, right? And instead of being on our post, instead of being way out here, we're going to take a step out. So, instead of me being on my post, I'm going to take a step off my post. And what that means by overlap, if I drop down, this portion of my leg is overlapping the back of the net. But my shoulders should be lined up with both my posts. Okay? So let's say the puck is on the wide angle, all right? Wide angle. Instead of me sitting here on my post, I'm going to take a step out. Even more so here, the Panda, okay, is an overlap technique. Overlap technique, and just part of being in the lefty, you smear your marker up as you're writing. Okay? Overlap technique. To take a step further, okay? So it is a flat angle. Overlap. Reactionary. RVH. So a flat angle, what does a flat angle mean? Say the puck's over there. What would be a flat angle? All right, Brody, you're the goalie. I had the puck. Line up on the flat angle. Yeah. It's okay if you don't know what this means. Okay. Someone else, give me a stab at it. What do you think, Cam? Okay. So what's the difference to what Brody did and what Cam did? Brody was a little bit more squared out to me. So we're going to flatten out. Flatten out, all right? Okay. Yeah. So instead of being overly square, I'm going to flatten out. Now, this is not a play. Should play over here. This is going to be mostly this area here. All right, this is our Panda. Where's that area? Middle of the ice? Close to the boards. Outside the dots. For sure outside the dots. All right, outside the dots here, closer to the boards. Not a threatening situation, right? Unless you're Michael Layton and Sidney Crosby's going down on the wing. Or no, Patrick Kane is going down on the wing. And then Flyers finish the Stanley Cup playoffs. Or in the same year, Sidney Crosby beats Ryan Miller in the Olympics to win for Canada. Same goal happened. And those situations that happened, and that was a VH, so completely different. All right, so not a threatening shot. Why would be flattening out be beneficial as opposed to completely squaring up to this guy?
Because you're giving a lot of passes.
Pass over there. Okay, so what about that pass? What being flat is going to help me?
It's easier to go over there instead of turning and just trying to get over there.
I don't have to turn as much. What else?
It's easier to go over there.
Well, my foot's outside the post. Okay, so I'm overlapped. I'm flat. All right. What else do you think the difference is? What about my head? What about my eyes? Can I see much from here?
No, you can't see. You can see the entire defensive zone.
I can see that door, those mirrors, everything right now, just by looking forward. So if that guy's got the puck right here, I'm not going to be completely here. I'm actually going to relax my head a little bit. I have my peripherals on him. I got a good focus on him, but I got my peripherals out here. Now, so that means I can see more. My hips are forward, so now I can get to my pass a little bit better. And not only that, like I said before, we can front the play. Meaning my whole front side going straight to it. I'm not going side to it, laterally to it. I'm fronting the play. That means I'm going to be bigger. If I push out, fronting the play, I'm going to be big. If I push up to the side, I'm not going to be so big. Okay, so that's a flat angle. Overlap. Reactionary RVH. So you guys know we worked a little bit on the RVH today. RVH here. Okay. Instead of getting the post, what that does, that post, connecting to that post is going to put pressure down into your ankle, your knee, your hip. A lot of pressure down there, especially your hips. A lot of NHL goalies are getting a lot of injuries when this RVH came out. All right, because it puts a lot of pressure down in your joints down there. So instead of dropping down, an RVH is more of a block style save. What does that mean, block style save? What do you guys think? Okay, so what do you do? When are you dropping?
If it's low.
When are you dropping on a block style save? If you're reacting to a shot, when are you reacting? When are you making that save? When are you dropping down? When they shoot it. When you are going into a block style save, when are you dropping down? Sooner, before the shot. Okay? So if that guy walks in here, right, he's getting super close, right? I'm going to drop down RVH. I'm in a block style. Now I'm ready for him to hit me with it. Okay? But let's say it's further out here. It's along the boards. I don't have to go down. I don't have to be in RVH. Why should I be down already? The puck is a non-threatening situation. So I'm going to get into this Panda position. Overlap. Flat angle. Okay? He's out there. He's like, okay, I think I'm going to try and snip him anywhere here. If it goes up top, guess what? What do you have to do to make the save?
Just kind of leaning.
Nothing. You're here. There's no way. If you're down in the RVH too early, most of you guys aren't going to even cover that top portion. There's holes. There's holes in 6'3" NHL goalies. So why would we drop down when we're all under 6 foot here? Yes. Well, students. All right. So why would we drop down early? So we're going to stay up. Reactionary. I'm going to wait for that shot to happen. If he shoots low, I drop my knee down. Just like an RVH, but I'm not on the post. Okay? So now, what's the toughest thing for goalies to learn? I said it earlier. Patience. So if I'm using this save as a reactionary save, I'm being more patient on my feet. More patient on my feet, right? Okay? So now I'm not blocking down, putting unwanted pressure in my joints here and giving up a little bit of that up top. I'm actually staying up on top of my feet. What we've noticed here is, in the older levels, instead of that guy trying to snip you up top where grandma hides the cookies, all right, they're not even seeing that shot. So they're not going to take that shot from the goal line. All right, they're not going to try and get that wide angle shot because it's not there. Oh. All right. So we'll work on a little bit of that. All right, just to give you guys a little food for thought for tomorrow. We're going to work on it on the ice. But I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up on that. Okay. Before we leave, let's get everybody on your feet. All right. So you shouldn't have anything in your hands. If you have something in your hands, put it down. All right. Let's get everybody to get into a tall stance. Now, tall stance still means your knees are slightly bent. Slight bend. Our knees aren't going in. Keep your knees out. Hands are up together. All right. Now, all right. We're moving around. We're looking around. Look around. And now we're going to sit down in our stance. Gloves come with us, right? Not one's higher than the other. Nice and relaxed. Again, when I drop down my stance here, you guys can relax. When I drop down my stance here, I don't bring my knees in. I need my knees to track over my ankles. So when I drop down into my stance, all I'm doing is dropping my hips down and not letting my knees cave in. The mini band workout we did for our warm-up up top, controlling the band, keeping tension in the band, not letting our knees cave in, that's super important. So when we get in our stance, this is not a hockey stance. This is really, really tough on your hips here. All right, so I'm going to relax. All right, relax my knees here. Get them to track over my ankles. Sit the hips down right into here. All right, and then when we push, pull our foot right back in. We push, we pull our foot right back in, and get into the most important part here is our narrow stance. Don't think you have to get super wide to be able to drop down. All right, if you get super wide, you're not going to be able to move. All right, if you at the same time you get too tall, too straight, like we're a 90s goalie here, Timmy. All right, stand-up goalie, right? All right, then you're not going to be able to drop down and move as much as you really want to. All right. All right, guys. Hey, great job today. I'm going to Granger. Can you grab that hockey bag and bring it back out front for me, please? I'm going to hang out up front a little bit. I brought my goalie mask, Victory masks that we sell. They're custom-made masks for you guys. They're very affordable and they're very, very safe masks. They're slightly heavier than what you're going to get from Bauer, but they're 100 times safer and stronger for you guys. I wear one as well. So if you guys want to try them on, you guys are in the market for a helmet, you guys can try them on. And then tomorrow, I will have apparel for sale. Okay, so I have some bucket hats, I have some baseball caps, I have t-shirts, I have a couple of jerseys and socks and stuff for you guys. So if you guys want to purchase those for tomorrow, you guys can do that. I'm not necessarily going to do that today, but you guys can do it tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, we'll hang out for a little bit. What I want you guys to do for homework tomorrow, we're going to have an open discussion tomorrow. Since I don't get a chance to see you guys all season long, I want you guys to think of two situations, all right, that happens in a game that maybe you're unsure of how to attack it, all right, or something that maybe is you are getting beat at quite a bit often. Something that, all right, so I want you guys to think of two situations. That could be a 2-on-1, right? Think about like your most recent goals or something happened, okay? I want you guys, so once you get home today, write them down so that way tomorrow when you come in, all right, you guys know when we get in the classroom, we can talk about those two situations. We can talk a little bit more about game situations and reading plays to help develop your hockey IQ, all right? So you guys, we're all done for today, all right? You guys, yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah? Keep them in your head, write them down so we can talk about tomorrow. Yeah, so no, hey guys, unlike summer camp, this is just a half day. So you guys are all done for today. Go eat some food. Eat something healthy, please.
What?
Yeah.